Afternoon all. It's still raining, drizzling, so it's keeping customers away. So I figured, well, I might as well tell you another story. So this is actually technically another guy's story, another picker's story that he related to me, and it kind of has a bit of a twist. But anyway, here's how it goes. He was telling me how he went to pick a friend's family farm, long time owned family farm, and there was a house way out in the boonies, no roads to it or anything, and it had been an aunt and uncle of the family. And what they had done was, when the couple were ready to move to a home, they basically moved what they wanted to take with them and left everything else. He said he walked in, and the table was set for breakfast. Clothes in the closets, everything just the way it was when they left 50 odd years ago. So, very creepy kind of setup. When you walk into a place like that, and I have, it's kind of a very creepy, very haunting. It kind of gets the hairs on the back of your neck standing up, and you start hearing things, and and just yeah, kind of haunting. Even though, even if you don't believe in ghosts or spirits or whatever, you still are a little creeped out by the situation. But anyway, it's good picking. So anyway, they were rummaging around in the main floor. It was a 2-story house, and they were rummaging around and looking at various things, and there was a staircase that went up at a right angle. So you went up a couple or 4 stairs, went to a landing, and then went around the corner, a closed-in corner, so you couldn't see directly up the stairs. And they were rummaging around, and the one guy, the friend, said, I'm getting way too creeped out. They were hearing things and such, and he said, I'm getting way too creeped out. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. So anyway, meanwhile, what they could hear was footsteps upstairs, and this kind of a pacing footsteps. And so then he was now alone in the house, couldn't really look up the stairs, was getting creeped out by these footsteps, and so didn't want to look up the stairs, was tempted to but didn't, and decided to cut his losses and just leave. So they both left, and didn't continue picking the place. And I mentioned to him, I said, well, do you realize that animals like wolves do den in old houses at times? And the look on his face was of surprise and kind of astonishment. And he said, I never thought of that. So they probably saved themselves an encounter with a wolf or maybe a coyote or something. But yeah. So it's just a safety tip. There is banging on the walls of a house or banging on the door before you go in, even though there's nobody inside. There could be something inside. Animal, whether it be raccoons or skunks or porcupines or whatever. You don't want to necessarily surprise them. You want them to be vacated by the time you enter the place. Porcupines themselves, unless they're rabid, don't really pose a problem. They kind of go on their way. They show you their quills and wander away. But skunks will just spray you. I've been lucky enough not to encounter any of that. Whereas other animals, if you corner them, well, you know, you may end up in a not a, well, possibly a dire situation. But anyway, so that's the story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to hear more of her stories, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and you'll be notified by, well, I guess you've got to hit the little bell to get notifications of new postings and new videos. So do that, and share as much as you want. If you think somebody would be interested in the story, share it far and wide. Hope to someday be able to monetize the videos and such, but basically I just want to share my experiences. Been 25 plus years of picking, so I've gone through quite a bit. Might as well share some of it. All right, take care. Happy picking. Safe picking.